The protests that we have in the United States are not so much centered on the basic needs, but on the underlying expectations that people have developed over a period of time. What I deserve, what I should be paid, what I will get in retirement. We've set the bar so high in terms of a standard of living that anything that's cut from the state, from the trough, the social trough, that's something that people protest about. Wisconsin is just one example.
And we're broke. We don't have any more options. We can't do what the previous governor and legislative majorities did, and that is wait for the federal government to bail us out, because the federal government doesn't have any money either.
California is a perfect example of a place that just doesn't get it. Although it's one of the largest economies in the world, the seventh, in fact, it's technically broke. It's a microcosm of the United States of America. The state municipal issues are very critical to understand because they don't have the same easy out that the federal government does. The key difference is this: the federal government can print money to make up the difference. If they don't have that extra $1 trillion, they either issue IOUs or they go to the Federal Reserve and ask the Federal Reserve to create the money out of nothing. It's something that you and I may envy if you owed someone $100,000 and you said, not a problem, let me just go to the garage and print it. It'd be a nice out. And the federal government has that out. Obviously, you and I don't, but neither do the states and municipalities. We have 25 different states which are dealing with state pension underfunding issues right now that are frankly insolvent, and that number will grow to 40. Defaults have already begun. We think that that will increase. And the funding issue in the U.S. is very similar to what we've witnessed in 2010 in the European states. You have Portugal, you have Greece, you have Spain, you have Ireland. And these countries, when they joined the Euro project, what did they give up? They gave up their monetary sovereignty. They don't have a printing press anymore. The classic way of solving debt imbalances is to print your way out. If you don't have the money, you just devalue your currency and you diminish the burden of that debt. Of course, your creditors object. Of course they object. But it is a way out. When they joined the EU, they became like US states. Without control of their money, all they can do is tighten their belts. These are the austerity measures which we've seen put in place in 2010. And these are the things which have stirred a tremendous amount of political angst and ire all across Europe. And we've even begun to see that in the United States as well. Unless we become the United States of austerity, we'll leave nothing for our children and grandchildren.